This is Akashvani. In the program Money Talk, now we bring you a discussion on role of cooperative bank and credit societies in making self-reliant India. The participants are Jyotendra Mehta, President, National Federation of Urban Cooperative Banks and Credit Societies Limited, and Aditi Tandon, journalist.
A new life was breathed into the cooperation and cooperative movement of India with the establishment of the Union Ministry of Cooperation in the 75th year of India's independence. The way the government is encouraging this sector, it is very clear that by the time that we celebrate the centenary of our independence in 2047, the cooperative movement in the country will be peaking. Mr. Mehta, you are a top expert of the sector. You have seen the sector grow from its fledgling state to now when it is, really growing by leaps and bounds. What, according to you, is the strength of the Indian cooperative sector, considering it has not received its due for a long time in our independent history? It's only recently that the sector has started getting some power, political power as well as political will for development and growth.
Since independence, the first 5-year plan and then onwards, there was a special chapter of cooperative sector. And India was heavily relying upon the development of cooperative sector. But gradually it has lost their charm, and new upcoming economists, they didn't pay any attention to it. So right now, the time has again come, and we must be knowing that Amit Shah has once said that now cooperative sector should be given due importance and they will not be treated as second-grade citizen in the world of economy. So when he is talking about second-grade citizen, so he wanted the sector to be on the top of the economic development of the country. At the same time, he said that our economy will become $5 trillion. That's not a big thing. It may achieve 7 trillion. But what is required is, because of this prosperity, it should not be limited to some handful of persons. Each and every smallest and deprived person should be the part of the growth. So what he said is disparity can be done away only through cooperative sector. So it is his faith, and it is proved also, and this is what Amit Shah has a vision. And even sector, this Sahakar se Samruddhi, the slogan which was given by Mr. Modi, is not Modi's slogan or Amit Shah's slogan. It is now our turn to show the real Samruddhi from the downtrodden strata of the society, and they will participate in the economy of the country. So this is what cooperative sector has a potential, and I am really thankful to this new ministry, that because of this new ministry, which was our old pending demand and it was fulfilled. So because of this new ministry, the sector has been given due importance. Now people knows us as a cooperative, and you know that there are corporate companies in the field of economy, but cooperative was never given any importance.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, Union Cooperation Minister has been very actively and proactively promoting this sector, and his very famous quote for this sector is that the world adopted and tried both models of development, communism as well as capitalism,
right.
But cooperative model is the best suited for our country. Mr. Mehta, what I want to understand from you is the economics of the cooperative sector. We know that India has been a pioneer of the cooperative sector. As long back as 1905, a cooperative society was set up in Karnataka where even Mahatma Gandhi was involved. We have the Lijjat Papad experiment, the Amul experiment from Gujarat. Then we have IFCO, CRIPCO in the farmer sector. So there is clearly immense potential, and some data suggests that 91% of India's villages have some sort of a cooperative going for them. What, according to you, can be done to actually use this potential of cooperative sector to also push Atmanirbharta and self-reliance of the country, and how much potential does this sector have to contribute to the GDP of India?
See, the main spirit of the cooperative is to bring each and every strata of the society to the economy, and what we say is financial inclusion. And so you will be surprised to note that daily 27 lakhs women. When you see the advertisement of Amul on TV, they say that daily 27 lakhs women across the Gujarat, they wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, they collect milk worth rupees 18 crore daily. So this is what the empowering the female as well as the downtrodden person and the agriculturist. So that has changed the lives of women. Now women, they are making money for their livelihood and for their family. They have their own voice. And this is what the sector has contributed, that lakhs of women are connected with this movement. And even credit sector, where I belong to, credit sector also, we are working. I mean, cooperative is not only IFCO, CRIPCO, Amul, but even the self-help groups and joint liability group are also cooperative. Lakhs of women attached with the self-help group and joint liability groups. So this strength, how you can manage the smaller strata of the society and bring them to mainstream in economic participation. This is what the cooperative has strength in their concept. So I mean, understand that Sahakar se Samruddhi can be achieved, and each and every person of the country should participate in the country's growth and prospect. And that can be achieved only through cooperative sector.
Right. Also, if we look at the size of the Indian cooperative movement or the sector itself, we know that out of around estimated 30 lakh cooperative societies in the world, around 8.5 lakh are in India alone. So that also tells us, like you said, that it is a big range and it is not only CRIPCO, IFCO or Amul. So what you are essentially saying is, Mr. Mehta, that not only self-reliance can be pushed and promoted through this sector, but also women-led development can be promoted.
Right.
Can you explain how can a layman or somebody in a village or a woman in a village, how can people associate with this sector? Most people know about the cooperative sector, but they do not know the via media or the means to join this sector. What is your message to these people?
Right. See, the kind of people what you are talking about, they can come together, form a cooperative. Cooperative is like any other economic enterprise. You can form partnership, you can form joint stock company, you can form LLP, and you can also form cooperative. So our Ilaben Bhatt, women's cooperator, she advocated for women's cooperative. She said that we are small, but we are many. This is our strength. So she invited all these small strata of the society and she started women's cooperative in Ahmedabad. So how they can come together, and cooperative, one more thing is, they can contribute capital, I mean money, but they also can contribute their shram, their labor. So the members of the society has to work for the society, has to contribute to this society, and they can, as a family, they can come together and they can do any kind of economic system here.
Mr. Mehta, a very important milestone in the journey of the cooperation movement was the announcement of the National Level Committee for drafting the National Cooperation Policy document,
Right.
of which you are a very valuable part. What we want to understand from you is, once this document is out, what kind of direction can we expect from it financially, socially, culturally, in terms of inclusion of people, especially 70 crore underprivileged people who the government hopes to rope into the cooperative sector and make them self-reliant and also prosperous?
See, cooperative policy is guideline, and the guideline how to see the cooperative. If some people have formed a cooperative, and they should be given full liberty to do business. Since this is economic enterprise, this is also as good as other business enterprise. They should be given access to the finance, and they should, I mean, government has, of course, declared so many new forms of economic participation, and they are also guiding the people. But as you have said earlier, that as a village, if some people comes together and form a cooperative, then they are giving benefited. See, Mr. Amit Shah department has said that smallest unit of the cooperative is PACS, Primary Agriculture Credit Society. Now they should be converting themselves themselves to multi-purpose societies. They will be given petrol pump, they will be given medical store, Pradhan Mantri Janaushadhi. They are entitled for starting storage facility in their own city. It should be food processing unit, and if the kisan of that particular village, if they start doing processing the food, then they will be able to add the value to their production.
Just one clarification that I need from you with respect to primary agriculture credit societies, since this is a state subject. And we also know that the union government has already sent model bylaws for packs to states, like you said, that for making them multi-purpose and multifunctional and to help them diversify across businesses. Do you think it will be an easy thing to do for the center, because their political will is huge, and like you said, Mr. Amit Shah has clearly, we just had a program 2 days ago. So do you think these model bylaws are coming through? Because states' comments were asked by the minister, and what kind of cooperation can we expect between center and states? Because only once a model law is in place, and then one will have to depend on the will of the state governments to actually make packs more multi-purpose.
Each and every political party in different state they are having their own agenda. So I fully agree with you that quite a few of the state government, which is other than a ruling party in the center, they sometimes, but when they understand that this is also a very good move for their state, so they are joining the hands with the center, and they will lose an opportunity if they will join this thing. I mean, sooner or later they will have to come, because if there is a model of Amul in Gujarat, so other states want Amul here. So sooner or later they will have to join, and it happens in the states that if Maharashtra has done very good something and contributed in the field of cooperative economics, then other states will follow them. So it will take time. If they wanted to empower their women, if they wanted to empower their kisan, then they will have to follow.
Right now, Mr. Mehta, there is no clear legal infrastructure or legal, landscape in which the cooperative movement can flourish. How far has the national committee, which is actually discussing this document, because we are told that the document will look at a vast variety of developments and moves in order to achieve the vision of Sahkar se Samriddhi, jo aapne abhi kahi. So strengthening the cooperative movement in the country is the overall objective, but the brass tacks of the committee is promoting cooperative based economic development model, creating an appropriate policy, legal and institutional framework. When do we expect you to submit this report? Because everybody is waiting for this guidance.
The report is ready. It is government wants this report to be discussed at large. So they hold a conference in western part, in eastern part, but still they will have to conduct more and more this kind of seminar and understanding in cooperative leaders. So it's a matter of time, but otherwise everything is ready. Report is ready. Report has been discussed at several platforms and at several places. So report is kind of ease of doing business, so that after the report is implemented, people will start their economic activity in cooperative societies, in cooperative sector, in such a way that they can establish a new route of economic activity.
If I were to ask you quickly, what in the $5 trillion economy target, how far can the cooperative sector go? What can be its strength?
It is not the number game. It is the game of how many people you are including in the participation, economic participation of the economic growth of the country.
So at least 70 crore underprivileged people can be included.
They have opportunity to join the hands in the company's growth.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
You were listening to a discussion on role of cooperative bank and credit societies in making self-reliant India. The participants were Jyotindra Mehta, President, National Federation of Urban Cooperative Banks and Credit Societies Limited, and Aditi Tandon, journalist. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of Akashvani.